Excuse me, guys. Hello. Hi, guys. So, classic Hollywood would model their names around an ideology or perhaps acknowledge where you come from. I don't know if that's a form of respect, form of power over, socialization. Now, I come from this. Is that like a form of power over? This is my part of my family tree pertaining to Dustin.
I still think this is right.
Or is this a form of respect? You know, I'm acknowledging this is where I come from. Socialization pertaining to socially constructed reality. Is it okay to say fag? Is it okay to say queer? Is it okay to say black? Is it okay to say nigger? Is it okay to say Duke Zoo nigga? Is it okay to say nigga? Are these only certain people can say that, like only other certain people can say nigger, right? Or Duke Zoo nigger or black? Gives them power and ownership pertaining to words in reference to socialization. And by them, in this particular case, I mean black people. Now, we get into black theft of my Louisiana family names. Because my family, under attack for generations through CIA Air Force treason. Sorry, buddy, I haven't been briefed, so that's what I'm going to say until I've been given actual information. My family remembered our culture, our heritage, our station throughout history with our names. So what do black people do? They steal our names, our family fucking names. My family fucking names. No tact, like they don't compensate generally, that's a stereotype. Steal my fucking family names. So they're even stealing the words, which is speech, because the name can be translated into speech, because you can't name a child this or that, right? Or can you? Names that are considered historically black, right? And oh, they won't sell. You have to use your white voice, and you have to use a white name to do telemarketing, etc. Once again, I have credentials. I'm not going to delve deeper into this, but if you're educated, you may get the general gist of where I'm going. Dig it, get it, fig it. No Jew, no Spaniard, no Catholic, no Pope. Drums there, hitting those drums. So, it sound like a Japanese hat, a tin, the drums, thined, rap. That's a reminder of the thine, perhaps. But when it comes to my family, we remembered, from my understanding, who we are through our names, and now even black people are stealing that and claiming to be my family names legitimately. So not only was defense technology ripped away from my family unconstitutionally, and our money under evolving technological advancements, and our family tortured and killed one by one, through another religion, which wasn't originally our family religion, our names are stolen. And people are carrying those names as legitimate. And by our, I mean our family as the head of the Miguez family. Through current structures of my parents repatriatized, despite the power my grandpa Vernon may have had through my grandma Jackie in their marriage, which would have brought together and nullified any marriage arguments in the past. We'll fix it like that. And then his two parents, Rodolph and Annie. So the mess of that, I don't know what took place, but what I do know is my parents were repatriatized with their marriage by getting permission to get married, being who they are. And then I was a federal birth, being who I am. But being repatriatized caused my mother to be tortured, and my father was left alone to produce a bunch more kids. And then in '88, my mama's ovaries were stolen, and now I was hanging out with a person by the name of Franklin Nichols, and the delivery person came to deliver a package. Now, allegedly, crystal methamphetamine was gone, so Franklin Nichols went to his contacts in DC to go get some more meth, allegedly. And the meth was really wet, so that meant the meth was fresh, I was told. This is all alleged, of course. Interesting how that works, right? My history in DC is fascinating. I'd love the HD file that I'm not, and I'm calling it an HD file because that's Department of Transportation dot and an H for genetic theft pertaining to the high definition glasses, right? Sold on TV. Pertaining to the technology that was unconstitutionally ripped away from my family, and my mama being tortured and mutilated, being naturalized, getting permission to marry my daddy, and then me being denied finances and access to defense tech along with my parents through their marriage. And when I was born in '83, AT&T was broke up over antitrust. But companies change hands, technology changes and advances. Are we going to hold patents in outer space now? And if, let's say, communication is broken with that patent that's held in outer space, security measures, is that patent valid any longer? Now, can we use that terminology or that ideology to invalidate a patent today here on Earth? In reference to money and control of money. I'm at 26 Northwest 1100. I'm coming up to Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There is a Ristoni La Perla of Washington, La Cusana El Italiana, Elegant Bar Lounge, 2 stars. Now, language is part of culture. Language was stolen from me. Inflection, because inflection that's associated with family. Now we get to talk about Louisiana slang and the way people in Louisiana interact with each other generationally in reference to CIA Air Force treason, which is directly correlated with the language that was stolen from me through defense tech access with my family, the inflection, the culture. It's good to know my grandparents and my family generationally. Being Pope, allegedly, that's what I'm understanding through name, through the way my family keeps records of our names. Being Pope and being Catholic. So being Royal Pope, because Pope is royal to the Catholics. That's the Pope. And being Beckman, being Royal Beckman. Now, Pope's not supposed to have kids, but my grandma Beckman was supposed to be able to have kids. Oh, here's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Nice big old black mark, like badge there, and then a stone grave for the LDS Church with chisel marks. That way that people are saying, well, fuck, the black people fucked us too. From outer space, right? That foreign DNA. And my family was chucked out of space, right? Now, this may be a defense tactic eventually pertaining to hurt people, and that's generational harm. But when you don't step back and look at something from a personal, when you look at something from a personal standpoint, when you're hurt, essentially being emotionally compromised. If you're emotionally compromised, or is that going to affect your job? Well, let's see. I was forced to produce kids with this person, and my genetics is stolen with this and that and that. Am I emotionally compromised in my position? You have to say no, like don't ask, don't tell. Are you gay? So you're forced to lie, which benefits black interests, so on and so forth. Like that expression, like four, like, and then the fifth, my grandpa's heart, Superman. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be a Catholic church. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Excuse me. This is supposed to be a Catholic church, but this is really LDS. It's probably Jehovah, LDS. You know, one side of the coin and the other side of the coin for Marcus, which is Rome, which is supposed to be relative. Also, I don't know. That's Saint Stephen Martyr Catholic Church. My grandpa. Interesting. All right. It's interesting how this works, right? But I guess I will... Go ahead, guys. I guess I'll end this with... My family was massively stolen from through treason, and the U.S. government is still using technology to torture me. And I'm gay. And I'm legitimate federal under the treasonous... But wait, if I'm not federal because the treason that took place has to validate you being federal, then legislature can't repatriotize my parents and can't make me federally legitimate. But then if that's the case, this same authority ended all these gay people who were considered federal under the understanding of CIA treason, what it is to be a federal family. Is this hearkening back to the common man ideology of being one thing or another? And if that's the case, doesn't any common man loopholes that were put in place make those loopholes irrelevant because this is a common man understanding pertaining to whatever's being justified? I guess. I don't know how all this works. Hello. Hi. I don't know how all this works. Oh, I'm coming up to George Washington Circle in DC and the Spaniard Embassy. Yeah, I think there's an FBI building next to Bernardo. Gotta take out the Spaniards, right? Royal, refined, money, and they speak Spanish. If we do that, we could have dominion over all the countries Spain conquered. Is that the case? But then Bernard George Miguez gave license to take over England. Instead of building bridges with the royals and allies and rape black DNA into English families, like the rape of my grandmas, to mentally destroy us. But if there are allies and these are our people that we specifically put in place, then if Spain was originally took over by black people, well, I'm not black. And Spaniards can't be replaced with someone that they don't remotely resemble them. And if, well, fuck, let's say, I don't know, Jewish. I'm like Jewish people, you know, depending on who the Jews are. I don't know how that will work either. Alright. Alright, we're at 15 minutes. This video is getting long. Connect. Nice. Obama wireless, like the Obama phone? I don't know. People went off about that, and drug dealers like to sell Obama phones. Person just looked around, turned around like at me, looked, turned around bright eyes. Oh, there's paper on the glass there. Hold on. Hi, guys. Hello. How are you? Excuse me. Hi. Yeah. I don't understand how all this works. This kind of reminds me of my, not only an Audi symbol, like the Volkswagen Audi symbol, this reminds me of Marcus. Like Rome? And then there was a Marcus Goodman once again that came into my life, black guy, who was in a car accident with a white guy, and the white guy's dead. His body probably got eaten up and turned into black people. Going from Tampa to Orlando. Now, when I was being tortured, that began on 6/6/15, people told me to watch my tires. Was there a black plan involved to take care of a target Marcus Goodman picked out? And this blue-eyed boy dead or abducted. Marcus Goodman, brain damage. Tire blew out after gay days. These people lived in my home, both of them, that I rented in Tampa, while the drug dealer who had a heart attack in jail, Joey, allegedly brought drugs because I didn't have access to medication or doctors. Which brings us back to diagnosis code, LGBTI access, queer access, how that's billed, being forced into CIA specialty clinics and being taken advantage of, and everything pertaining to receiving medical care, which is preventative. Yeah, people the other day remind me of Reggie, black guy, always had white guys around him, gay, little white boys, and then yesterday there was a black guy with some white boys around him, and then there was someone in Georgetown that made me think of him being perhaps a drug dealer, and he looked young, probably at the hands of predatory sexual, I'm gonna rape you black people. I don't know if that's what was being stated, but birth of a nation, right? My grandma's. Alright guys, so I said I wouldn't go further into it, and I did because I'm exercising. But if you don't understand anything I said, speak to your local school district about education. Let them know you're concerned about federal tax ID 237098123 so others might eat, in reference to the education your child receives and being denied education. That's Clarence Thomas, Michelle Obama, Donald Trump, Robinson family, etc. The idea of Ralph Boyd, where I'm forced to live at, because I was separated from my civilian job with the Department of Defense, the Pentagon Force Protection Agency, and I have a signed standard Form 50B that's now on file with the U.S. Air Force for employment.